Everybody wants to think that their case is the most special, important, and winningest case in the world. So the question is, why do you think I have a good case? Or do you think that I have a good case? Let's find that out next. Welcome to Attorney 911, the podcast, with attorney Ralph Manginello. Let's get some answers to the most asked questions. We break down the legal issues and provide expert advice to help you navigate life's legal challenges. You might even call us your first responder to a legal emergency. Up next, real-world cases, valuable insights, and practical tips you can use today. It's time to get smart like a lawyer. I'm sure that most everyone who comes to you understands that they're right, the other folks are wrong, and they've got all of the proof behind it. They're going to win. They need you to get them to the finish line or whatever. So do you think I have a good case? Ralph, what do you think about that question?
As soon as the contact comes in, I'm assuming it's a good case. But no, the real answer is if it's a personal injury matter, like, for example, a car collision case, a good case to an experienced attorney is one that has clear liability, first of all. And that's what you're looking for. The person that caused the collision, are they clearly at fault where there's not going to be any argument to that? So check that box off. If it's like, for example, a client's at a red light, they're stopped there for a few seconds, and then the person behind them is coming and they don't control their speed, or they're looking at their phone and slam them from behind. That's going to be it's a clear liability case. You're not going to have a fight on that, okay? So the next thing, what's after that makes it a good case? Well, does the person that caused the collision have insurance? Because what can happen is, okay, we've got clear liability, let's get this client signed up and help them. And then you find out that the defendant had no insurance. And so that means you're not going to be able to make a recovery for your client. It's no longer a good case. It's a bad case. You have to tell your client, sorry, I know you're severely injured by the person that was looking at their phone. But not only were they negligent not having their phone, they were negligent and didn't, pay for any auto insurance. So sorry. So that makes a bad case. So you got to have clear liability, then you have to have pockets to go after, which is the insurance policy. And then the last thing that makes a good case are diagnosable injuries. And so you have to have those three things in order to make a good case. The last thing, the injuries, is, you've got the first two, clear liability, the other person has insurance. But then if the client doesn't go to the doctor and document that they have a sprained back or a bruise on their chest from their seatbelt or headaches or whatever they're ailing for, whatever symptoms they have, then there's not going to be any documentation of that. And so just their word alone is not going to be really enough to make a recovery. You can make some recovery, but not worth, an attorney's time and money to take a fee out of that. So those three main things, I would say, are the most important things to make a good case: clear liability, coverage, and documented injuries.
You just learned something new. Attorney 911, the podcast, with attorney Ralph Manginello. We hope you found today's conversation insightful and helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the show so you'll never miss an episode, and share it with family and friends who might benefit from the things we talk about. A new podcast launches every week. That means you get more legal tips, real-life cases, and expert advice. This is Attorney 911, the podcast.